Okay, now tell me about How About That.
How about that? I think I wrote that one in like a day and a half. And what happened was I was going to actually meet with a lady to produce my first production. And she said, I've been waiting, because she knew I was a writer and an actor. She said, I've been waiting on you to write some comedy to come through my theater house. So I went, got all dressed up, met with this woman. And then she pretty much in my face tells me how she's gonna rip me off and take most of the money and use me to produce it. And so, Mama didn't raise food and God didn't make one either.
All right now.
So I literally went home and I was upset. And I sat down and I just really started writing. How about that? It poured out of me like a day and a half. I was just upset. Because I was like, how dare you just kind of, she did everything but slap me in my face pretty much. And that's how it got birthed, because even with God calling me to produce, I still didn't want to produce. I was going to let this lady produce it, but it forced me in the producer's seat. And then I had something to show for myself and her. I was like, I'm going to get this done, and it's going to be done right, and I'm going to, get it done under At His Feet Production. So that's where How About That came from. And How About That is something that only Johnny Mae Baldwin, which is the character that I play, comedy's drama mama.
All right.
She's the only person in the production that says that. Throughout the entire production, pretty much. It's just one of those things people say every day. How about that? How about that? Then there's only like 2 other times in the production, and it's strategically placed where a couple other characters say it, but most of the show, that's Johnny Mae's phrase. How about that?
Now, Johnny Mae, how close is Johnny Mae's character to Danetta Ames?
Oh, what a question. Let's see, if you ask my family, if you ask my mother, they would say pretty close. I definitely have the whole professional side, the sweet side, but then when I'm doing business, don't mess with me. I like to keep my business straight, in order, fine lines. Johnny Mae Baldwin is actually my grandmother's name. I needed one of those down-home country names. So I said, Grandma, can I use your name? She said, yeah, sure, baby. And then, but she's a compilation character, because she's a bit of my grandmother on my dad's side, his mother, my mother's mother, and my godmother. So kind of all of them all balled up into one character.
And one person.
One hilarious character that audiences are coming back and following, because I have done How About That. We've already premiered Deal With It, which is a follow-up story to How About That. And then we have another story in the Baldwin family trilogy called We Are Family. So if you notice, they're all three-word titles.
Okay.
And it's all about the Baldwin family, same characters. It's like a continuation story. But the thing is, they do stand alone. So if you miss How About That, you can still follow and enjoy Deal With It. And if you miss Deal With It, you can still follow and enjoy We Are Family.
Now tell me a little bit about the Baldwin family.
Yes, the Baldwin family is a very complex family, because my lead character, Sean Baldwin, who I consider to be like the African-American version of JR on Dallas.
Okay.
He is a family antagonist that people love to hate. They love him, but they're just like, oh, I can't stand him because he's just so condescending, so arrogant, this or that. Jackie is a very wealthy, first of all, this entire family is wealthy. They are affluent. I didn't write about struggling Black or African-American family. They're a very wealthy family, but man, they prove that they do still have their issues, and money doesn't discriminate. It does. You can be wealthy and still have a lot of issues you have to work out. Yes. So through the joy and the laughter and the tears, there's just tears pouring out. There are things they have to work through, but it's a very strong-knit family, and Johnny Mae she's like the tyrant. She kind of rules it with an iron fist, because in her mind, her family is going to stick together, and we're going to triumph.
Okay. Now, is Johnny Mae, is she also wealthy as well?
Oh yes. The storyline is that Johnny Mae was married to her husband Charles Baldwin, and when the show opens up, Charles is already deceased. He literally worked himself into an early grave, trying to build this lifestyle for this family. They are on along the lines of the Ewing family, which was from the Dallas show years ago. Anybody remember that?
Yes.
But except they acquired their wealth in the insurance industry.
Okay.
Now, Johnny Mae knows what it's like to be both a base and a bound. She knows what it's like to have nothing and struggle, come from nothing, and build an empire with her husband. And she knows what it's like to be wealthy. So she has both ends of the spectrum. She really does. Her children only really know wealth. By the time they were born, they did what they set out to do. They wanted to bring their children up in a much better environment. They did the whole thing, sending them off to boarding school, because you know you can't really teach what you have not been taught.
That's right.
Johnny May is just kind of down home country. She's still broken English. Her thing is, I'm still Johnny May, I'm just Johnny May with money. So you have these, you know, nice, erect, polished children, and then you got Johnny May over here like this. So you have the extreme on the stage. Wow. And I think that's what audiences find very, very hilarious. It's like, these children came from that woman. Yes, they did.
And that's a lot like families today. You know, our children, some of them don't know the struggles that their fathers and mothers went through to get them where they're at. What is the message? What do you want to hit home with this play?
Definitely one of the main messages in this and deal with it is forgiveness, because that's a big one. I've truly, from an early age, understood that, you know, you can hinder your own prayers. You can hinder your own blessings by harboring hatred or unforgiveness in your heart. God just simply does not tolerate it. I think he figured that, hey, if I could send my son, my only begotten son, to the cross to die for you, and he forgave us while they were yet slaying him, the least you can do is forgive your brother that you see daily.
As a matter of fact, I mean, he says in the prayer, forgive me, Lord, as I forgive those that have done to me. You know, so that's very important. That, you know, he forgives us as we forgive.
That's right.
You know, well, I tell you what, I have something very exciting, and that is tickets. Yay. To see How About That. Yay. Now, tell me exactly where How About That is going to be at.
Okay, it's going to be at Harvest Theater House, which is pretty much Harvest Time Church.
Okay.
We turned that certain part of the church, I turned it into a theater that day. That's like my domain, my pulpit for that day. So I call it Harvest Theater House when I advertise, but it is Harvest Time Church. It's on the northwest side of Houston. It's 17770 Imperial Valley Drive. Okay. And it's pretty much on the intersection of Imperial Valley and Greens Road. Okay. Right across the street from Greens Point Mall. And trust me, it's worth the drive. The zip code is 77060, and we have a 3 p.m. show, matinee. Okay. And then we have a 7:30 p.m. show. And I do have to say that from day one till now, we have always started our shows promptly and on time. Okay. So for those who try to wait to come to the door to pay cash, and the line's around the corner, I try to advise them, don't do it, because you will be in line, but I will start because I advertise. And I want to train people that way.
And that's one of the things that this play does as a community, starting things late and not on time.
I literally have a run sheet, so where it says that about 15 seconds till the lights dim and we start the opening music. Wow. Yeah, I have a run sheet. You will start my show on time. All right. So just don't try to wait to pay cash after door the day of the event. I do encourage.
What day is that?
That is Saturday, November 13th. It is Saturday, November 13th. We'll be there all day. Tickets are available on sale now, and they are available via PayPal on my website at hisfeetproductions.net.
Okay, and you're going to see the information right below. Now we have a ticket giveaway on this show, and it is to see How About That. That's going to be November 13th at Harvest Time Theater House.
Yes.
And to win these tickets, and they're going to go out to the first person that can email me where they can find the scripture that says, judge not, that ye be not judged. For whatsoever judgment you do, it shall be measured to you again. So if you can email me, then you will win 2 tickets to the 3 o'clock show on November 13th. And we also have 2 tickets or a pair of tickets that's going to go out to the second person that can email me the answer to where it says, if you have an ought against your brother, leave your alms at the altar, go get it right with your brother, and then come back. So if you can tell me where those scriptures are located in the Bible, and that is the scripture, that's chapter and verse, then you will win these exciting tickets to see the comedy's Drama Mama, How About That? And How About That, again, is going to be November the 13th. Saturday. We have 2 times that it's going to show, and that is at 3 o'clock and at 7:30. You can't miss it. Come out and support this woman of God at His Feet. Yes. Productions. I'm excited about it. I'm going to be there.
Awesome.
And I hope to see you there. So is there anything you want to say to the audience about wanting to come and come and see this comedy?
Yes, I'm